Gentlemen, welcome to game 2 of the 2v2, best of 3 here. We have new teams with 800 and random on attack and Mike and release here on defense. Or Mike and release on defense, random and 800 on attack. Be interesting to see what bans are this map. As we have a Jackal ban coming out from the defenders of Mike and release, knowing that our 800 is our basic, Jackal main. Interesting to see what this next attack ban is. If you guys haven't watched the first episode, make sure to go back and watch it. It was a very interesting game. A Maverick ban coming out from the attackers, probably targeted towards Mike and release, as some bit of Maverick was played last game. It'll be interesting to see what this defense ban is coming out from the attackers. Coming out from the attackers, it's an Ella ban, probably directed completely at Mike, knowing that nasty Ella wallbang he got last game. As we have a Malusi ban. Interesting, coming out from the defenders, probably pointed straight at 800, who was our Malusi main. Seems like two of 800's mains are being taken out. But it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Now, Mike and 800 won the first game, but it'll be interesting to see with these new teams who wins what. So we have a Monty pick coming up from 800. He did this last game, and then he 6-picked. A Capsule pick coming from Random, a Cade from Elise, and a Valkyrie from Mike, as they go for a Hookah hold. Pretty standard Valk pick from Mike here. Cade, Release has been doing somewhat good with Cade. Got an amazing Nitro Cell last game. As we see, both defenders are confirming. 6-pick coming out from 800, meaning the Captal confirms. Mike is not confirming, though. He goes for the 6-pick from the Valkyrie to the Castle, as 800 has still yet to 6-pick. He goes to a Zofia. Probably is going to be excellent. Perfect read coming out from the attackers. Zofia to take out 2 out of 3 of Castle's barricades. As we go for a basic first round hookah hold here, as Mike is going to go ahead and make their rotate. As Release, what are you doing there, my guy? As Release goes to reinforce the main wall, 800 droning, and a Random coming in. Random coming in and going to see bomb here in a second. If they know where bomb site is, Random going and getting his drone out here, getting drone out of here as 800 continues to drone in, spotting the Cade on release. As Mike goes and places down one of his precious barricades, push on Hookah door, putting the second on Hookah window. As release is still reinforcing. Be interesting to see if he puts both of his Cades on the wall. He doesn't. Mike reinforcing cool vibes. Interesting because he could make a rotate as Aqua wall is completely unreinforced. Oh, interesting. They're going to be cading off Cool Vibes wall here. Very interesting from here. As 800 and Random make somewhat of an early push. 800 going up on to the rappel here. He's going to completely bypass the castle barricade and go straight onto the roof here. Interesting where he goes, just completely bypassing the stairway, which Random is going. As Random puts down a Claymore and seems like, 800 taking out a castle barricade on Hookah door as Mike is watching it from behind the bar. With 800 going around, going onto the roof. Be interesting to see what he's doing. Release is still reinforcing in Aqua. Got the Aqua hold up. Seems like 800 is going to push him Aqua as his drone gets taken out by the Cade. Only 3 left on the board, excuse me. As Mike is chilling in the corner. As 800 and Random are on the roof. Seems like they faked going for the Hookah push and are going for the Aqua push as 800 drops and goes into luggage hallway, clearing out the roam. This seems to be watching their back as Random hops into luggage. Random's Claymore still down here on Hookah. Be interesting. That's kind of a worthless Claymore if they're going to go for an Aqua push, as proximity alarm does give away their location as Random is in luggage, taking a little bit of HP there as Mike slowly rotates. Seems like he's expecting someone on the roof, which he's going to prone crawl all the way down. Oh, no, he's not. He's watching over. He saw Random. He saw him as 800 places down a Claymore. Interesting Claymore spot. As Mike is watching, he knows Random is there. He doesn't push. He pulls back. Smart on his part, as another proximity alarm is taken out. Mike still chilling in hookah as 800 is droning, sees the Cade, sees where Mike is. They confirm his position. Random can pull off the flank watch if he wanted, but that is both of 800's drones down. 800 getting released, but taking about 24 damage himself. Release. Oh my goodness. With Random picking up Mike as the Capital easy win in favor of the attackers. Mike rotated a little too soon, and Random just lasered him. Now, if Mike had rotated to go luggage, when Random pulled off the flank watch, he could have pulled off some sort of epic flank, but he decided not to. Interesting. 800 going Amaru. They're going to try to Amaru rush. Well, that might just be a 6-pick. Release picking Legion, Random going Twitch, and Mike going Goyo. Interesting operator picks here as they have no hard breach deniability. It seems that the Legion and the Goyo do confirm. Be interesting to see if the Amaru 6-picks. No 6-pick yet to come out. Oh, Random going for the 6-pick. 800 confirming the Amaru. 800 going, or Random going from Twitch to Ash. Interesting picks here. They're probably counting on the defenders going someone to counter the Amaru. Or expecting the Amaru 6-pick, so they don't 6-pick. That's quite an organized tactic on 800's part. This rotate has been made with the Legion. Mike going for the reinforcements. Release as well. As drones are coming in from Random, and the bomb has been spotted, the same site indeed, as these reinforcements are going down a lot earlier in the prep phase, with Aqua already reinforced, and main wall here on Billiards is 3/4 of the way done. As they barricade off the doors again, 800 spotting the Legion, as Random is yet to bring his drone inside the building. Smart saving it as 800 has lost his drone, with only 3 left on the board as Mike reinforces Cool Vibes wall. Again, an interesting pick to him. Be interesting to see if the Amaru comes in through hookah window and possibly picks up an easy pick on Mike. Or possibly comes from main window here on Billiards, so taking the defenders off guard. With a Nitro Cell and 2 Goyo shields still on the board, be interesting to see. Yep, 800 seems like he's going to go for the hookah window push as one Goyo goes down by the bomb here. As Mike puts down the second one. Amaru rushing in is already in sight. Easily picks off release. And a diffuser is in sight. Mike caught off guard as the Goyo and other sight. And defuse is going down. An amazing rush plant by the attackers as Mike pushes in the Ash. Pre-firing. And Random picks up Mike. What an amazing rush plant from the defenders here. Completely flawless round. Could not ask for anything better as Random picks up Mike with a wallbang as he throws his Nitro Cell. Now, if he had thrown that Nitro Cell, he might have gotten both attackers there, making the defuse quite easy to get, but he just couldn't pull it off. An amazing rush plan as we go 2-0 with the attackers here. 800 picking a Thatcher. Interesting pick. Mike going for the Goyo, getting an ace and a smoke pick. Release picking smoke, and Random is going to Finka, actually. Be interesting to see if the Thatcher or the Goyo 6-pick. As they go for a Penthouse Theater hold. As the Smoke and the Goyo confirm. For the second round in a row, they have not 6-picked. Random going from the Finka to the A6 picking, and Thatcher is confirmed. They're expecting some hard breach deniability as they're expecting either a Penthouse or a Kitchen hold. Seems like Random is going to be completely uncontested in getting this VIP wall open. As Mike goes for the reinforcements, not sure if he's going to pull his little spot inside of this vase right here that allows him to be on cams in the set, but going as he did not go Mossy, he isn't. Reinforcements going down on bathroom wall, pretty standard to box any attackers in there. As the bomb has not yet to be found, Random seeing the reinforcements and knowing where they are, 800 continuing to drone. As reinforcements and barricades go down, they have yet to reinforce VIP wall. As I say that, they get that 800's drone spotting both the Goyo and the Smoke. As Mike somewhat chases his drone, that's a drone going down, 3 drones on the board again. As Random hides his drone in a cheat, somewhat of a cheat, and is that in luggage? Oh my goodness, that's a cheeky drone spot here in the vase here. I didn't even realize that was a thing. An amazing drone spot found by Random there, as it would appear that they're still reinforcing. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was the last reinforcement. I mean, they can't reinforce this. As Mike's Goyo shield go down. Nitro Cell definitely in play from him. Where is his first Goyo shield? Oh, he's playing a double, so he's expecting a 90 hallway theater push with a Goyo on both sides of the couch. Interesting. 800 already in luggage, somewhat of a rush from him, as Random is tailing somewhat behind as 800 pushes into hallway. Mike making some little holes to peek from as... What was that? Oh, Random took a little bit of damage from his own breach charge on the window. He blew it while he was standing there instead of hot breaching. Interesting misclick there from him as they're going for the breach. Mike knowing and being somewhat confused as the goes down, and he is somewhat in a very pinched position as the Thatcher goes out. Random, Mike picking up the Random with a headshot from the Vector, not taking any damage himself. Be interesting to see if 800 can clutch the round for his team. As a smoke canister goes out, blocking 800. Mike move. Did Mike move? Is Goya?
No, he's gonna light it.
No, okay. Or he did. Oh, only one of those is Goyo. The other one is Smoke's deployable shield with a second Goyo being placed in this doorway here in between sites. As 800 has a minute to figure out what he is going to do. Oh, Release swinging on him with the SAS shotgun, the M590, and blasting him in the next freaking Tuesday with an amazing call from Mike that he's right on breach. Amazing play from the defenders here, allowing the score to be 2-1. Still in favor of the attackers, but the defenders still have an amazing chance at coming back from this one. As Mike got the amazing first pick on Random, taking out their hard breach ability as they go for a kitchen hold with a smoke and a castle from Mike and Release, and Iana and a caps out from 800. The last time 800 went Iana, he 6-picked. It'll be interesting to see if he 6-picks this time or not. But I would expect the defenders to not 6-pick. They haven't been 6-picking at all this game, as I stand corrected. Mike 6-picking from the castle to the Wamai's Release, confirming the smoke pick. Random confirming the capital pick, and 800 going from the Zofia from the Iana, to the Zofia. But the Wamai is there to directly counter him. They were expecting them not to 6-pick. I see what the defenders are doing here. They're playing a little bit of mind games, whereas they're not 6-picking the first couple rounds, only to 6-pick on a major site. As Mike goes for the early barricade and early deployable shield here by Release. As Release goes towards making that rotation hole. Mike going for the rotate, as 800 has spotted the Wamai and A's bomb, knowing exactly where they are. As Release goes to reinforce service here. And both bombs have been spotted by 800. Random still keeping his drones outside. He went the perfect operator capital for this possible rush plan if they want to try it again. As all these reinforcements are going down with only 5 seconds left in the round for Mike to put down his deployable shield and all of his utility. Although with Smoke's utility still already out, be interesting to see where Mike places this deployable shield. Interesting, he's placing it behind the bomb. And he barricades off bathroom. He doesn't like getting pushed from there. I know that for a fact. As Release picks up his shield and barricades it, as it looks like they're going to go for some sort of a sunrise push, as 800 sees that they took away the deployable and put a barricade. Interesting deployable shield spot from Release here, as they have somewhat of a sphere of protection here. But Mike putting one Wamai on kitchen service entrance. Be interesting to see where he continues to put another one. With all 4 drones still on the board and 2 claymores and all of the attacker utility, it'll be interesting to see how the attackers go about this. As Mike throws a Wamai onto the kitchen window here. As Zofia appears he's going to be playing upstairs, doing somewhat a vertical play, but he does not have the breach charges to complete out this loadout. As he wastes two of his breaches and a stun on the Release, could have just used one of those breaches on the floor above, directly above one of these deployable shields, and easily taken it out. As that's a second stun that goes out, but it misses, meaning that the only utility 800 has left is his claymore and his gun. As Wamai is the only one here who can counter Random, who is chilling over in blue bar. Oh, 800 getting released from the vertical play. A beautiful pick from him as he retreats down to first floor to push with Random. As it seems like 800 is going to push bathroom as Random drones out Mike and sees him. Mike running the MP5K, somewhat of an unorthodox loadout, as Mike is somewhat pinched into a corner as Mike picks up Random. It's a 1v1 with Mike at only 25 HP and 800 full health. as neither of them take damage from this brief engagement. Both of 800's drones still in play with the defuse down in A site. Be interesting to see if 800 decides to drone before pushing, as he just holds an angle, tries to swing on him. Some shots are exchanged, no damage taken by anybody, as they move into a precarious position. Mike prone, 800 standing. 800 taking massive amounts of damage, 50 HP, as Mike pulls back the diffuser, somewhat of a risky maneuver. As Mike goes back, he goes back up. Cool Vibes, be interesting to see what he's doing as 800 pushes on a little under 50 HP from these stairs. Is knows he's on Cool Vibes. No, 800 does a little bit of damage onto Mike. Or no, he doesn't. My bad. As he picks up defuse and he's back in sight safely with Mike stuck out of sight. Maybe not a great idea there. As he's planting, plant is going down. Oh, and it's not. He fakes it. Tries to pick him out. Trying to figure out where Mike is coming from. Mike's going to come from bathroom. As he goes for plant, a perfect opportunity for Mike to pick him up as an easy pick. And he pushes. Mike pushes and he gets him. That's a round for the defenders, making the score 2-2. A beautiful clutch here from Mike. Turning a 1v2 into a 1 round, as 800 could have planted behind the deployable shield. More protected position from bathroom, but he decided not to. That's going to punish them here now, as it is now a completely tied game. It was an amazing round from Mike there. Going up Cool Vibes almost destroyed him, but it didn't. They're going for a blue bar sunrise hold. Are they insane? With Ace coming out from 800, Random going at Thatcher, Capcan going, or Release going Capcan, and Mike going Mute. Be interesting to see what the 6 picks are this round. I'm not sure if anyone... Mike is confirming the Mute. And Release going from a Capcan. Be interesting to see what he 6 picks to, as Thatcher is confirmed going to a Jaeger. Somewhat of a smart pick, especially for a blue bar hold. Be interesting to see if they do reinforce Hatch. That is up in Hookah, as all picks are confirmed. 800 not 6 picking. Seems like the attackers are taking on the defender roles and not 6 picking whatsoever. As Mike placing down his mute jammers early game. Smart. Be interesting to see if he holds one in his pocket or not, as he wastes a nitro cell. Now, if he went shotgun, he wouldn't have needed to do that. As 800 spots the mute and the bomb. Did Mike go shotgun? I'm not sure. I can't see what his primary is. As Mike puts down all of his utility, Mike goes upstairs as Release is reinforcing blue bar wall. Mike's going to get Hatch. Did Mike not go shotgun? Mike's going for a spawn peek on Hookah. Yeah, he did not go shotgun, meaning he went to P5K. Now, he would have had to waste that nitro cell if he went shotgun, but it does not appear that any defenders are spawning pool. They're not an idiot. They know Mike loves that spawn because Mike late reinforces the hatch. Be interesting to see how the attackers push this. As Mike retreats back downstairs to Release, holding sight all by himself as he goes to the reinforced office wall, as they already have lobby control. It seems like they're going to push down the hallway here, and 800 going for the breach, putting all 3 Selmas. Not maybe the smartest choice on his part, as Release is hiding behind the bomb to contest it. As 800 goes into this hallway, Random watching it from the back, as Thatcher with the AR-33 with the ACOG, chose that over the LA-85 with possibly the 2 times. They see the Jaeger but miss the shots. Release proning behind their block, causing the attackers to miss all these shots as Random is rotating to this hallway. Oh, 800 or Release taking a little bit of damage from 800's rifle here. As Mike seems to rotate over as they rotate out of that site, leaving it completely uncontested. As Release tries to get a wallbang. Is Random going to get this breach charge kill? He does! Random gets a breach charge kill onto the unsuspecting Release. That has got to be humiliating. With 1:30 left in the round, 800 is in sight, just waiting on the Random. They can plant behind blue bar, completely uncontested for Mike because he does not have a nitro cell. He messed up there, should have brought shotgun, not have gone for the spawn peak. He still thinks they're down there. Mike takes a little bit of damage through the wall as 800 pre-fires it, and the plant is going down. The plant is down. Mike is stuck in other sight with no nitro cell and gets picked off easily by 800, who is sailing behind the bomb and blue bar. Oh, Random just got extremely lucky with that breach charge kill on Release. Good round here from the attackers as they flawlessly got into sight and put enormous pressure on the defenders, making this a 3-2 game in favor of the attackers with this is just the last round left in the attacking phase as the defenders decide to go Penthouse Theater. Smoke pick coming out from Elise, a Thermite from 800, a Ying from Random, and a Jaeger from Mike. It'll be interesting to see if the Smoke 6 picks or if the Ying 6 picks. Because Thermite here has the perfect opportunity to open VIP wall, considering they have no hard breach deniability. Oh, Mike is going for the 6, but he's going for the Bandit. Smart, knowing that they're probably going to bring... Oh, he's going for the Cade, actually. Smart, knowing that they're bringing this Thermite, who has confirmed Random is yet to 6-pick if he's going to. As Random does not 6-pick, has Diffuser, a Ying, and a Thermite, and a Smoke and a Cade. We'll see how this round plays out on might be a pretty standard Penthouse hold. As where is Release going? Oh, going off to Barricade Hall of Fame already. Mike reinforcing Theater. And Release going to reinforce Bathroom again. Again, pretty standard just to trap any attackers in here so they can't blow their way out, unless of course they're a Thermite, Hibana, or Ace, or anybody with a secondary hard breach. As 800 goes in, spots the smoke and spots the bomb. Soon spotting Mike as well, as they realize that they might have messed up. They should have bought somebody to counter the Cade, as 1 drone is down, 3 still left on the board. Mike going for the reinforcements. VIP wall has yet to be reinforced. Let's see if they realize this mistake. And it seems like Mike does. Mike is going for the reinforcement. Oh, Release coming to help him out, as Mike probably put out a help call. As 800 taking out cams. Let's see if Mike can get all 3 of these with one. He does. He just throws it dead in the middle here. Very interesting from him. Just throws it dead in the middle there. Very counterable, very counterable. Now, let's check something here. Did Mike didn't throw this, so you could possibly get this wall here and these 3. Or those 2, excuse me. As it seems like 800 is going to push from luggage again. Quickly clears 90, as Release puts down his Deployable Shield utility quite late. 800 could blow this wall open here and getting quick access into A site there, but he tries to go for VIP, see that it's cated off, and realizes that they messed up. Be interesting to see what they do here. Random as the Yang pushing further in. They don't have any hard breach. Seems like 800 can hear me, and he's going for it. Mike rips his C4 and waits. Mike throwing a Nitro Cell, not getting anyone. A smoke going down, blowing open an unreinforced wall as A wall is pretty much way open. 2 flashes going out, but they missed. As Release seems to be going for the flank. Not sure if he can do that, though. 800 not expecting it. Random just watching an angle into sight as they take out this Cade. If Random went hard breach capability, they could have done that. Release going for the flank, and he picks up 800 quite easily. 800 not seeing it. Random gets Mike. He's in sight, and Release is caught off sight. Now, Random can go for the plant here, but he's not going to. He's waiting for him to rotate back. This Release gives away his position through the pre-fire through the wall, not landing any of his shots. As Random is prepping a Candela, throwing it out, not blinding Release, I'm sure, and he goes for the plant. Oh, throws a smoke canister, but misses, not in the far back, as Random is sticking this defuse. He throws a smoke canister, but doesn't make it. Release pushing, and the attackers pick up the round as Random picks up the attempting to drop shot Release. Going 4-2 here, as that was, albeit, a beautiful flank from Release onto 800, but they just couldn't stick the rest of the round. Going into 4-2, switching sides here with Random and 800 going on attack, and Mike and Release 800 and Random going on defense, and Mike and Release going on attack. Mike picking a Zofia, 800 going the Cat Can, Random the Frost. Interesting, Release not picking yet, gets Random pick the Fuse. Be interesting to see how this plays out with two amazing trap operators and one that can, frankly, take out all of that utility quite easily with just a single cluster charge. Both the Fuse and the Zofia confirming their picks. Not a 6-pick coming out from the defense yet as they go for a hookah billiards hold. Be interesting to see how this game plays out. The rest of this game plays out. With Random confirming the Frost. Not a 6-pick yet coming out from the Capcan. Now, if he confirmed, we could instantly move on, but it does not seem to be that way yet. With no 6-pick coming out from 800. Seems like we're going for a Capcan Frost hold. They're expecting a rush plant. This is probably what they're doing. With a Frost mat going down next to Hookah here. 800 prepping the window. Why is he putting a Capcan trap on a window? Very unorthodox. A very somewhat of a copper move here as he then puts a Capcan trap on Hookah door. Random spots Mike's drone as it goes to drone hold. He straight up finesses them as they find sight. Releases drone under the billiards table. It seems like they have no idea. Capcan traps going down one after another. As 800 picks up. Is that releases drone maybe? While making a rotate with impacts. With one frost mat yet to be put down. And one Capcan trap yet to be put down. As I say that, Random puts down his last trap. Doesn't seem like they're doing a pool push. They might be doing an aqua push. As Random is still going for the reinforcement. 800 yet to put down another Capcan trap. His last one yet. Random yet to put down his bulletproof cam. As it seems like they're going to do a VIP push with Mike. Oh, he's putting out a Claymore, expecting some sort of run out. As it would seem they're going to go for a hookah push. Not yet seen this game, as Random puts down the barricade. Same with 800, they're locking down their sights. Oh, Random picked up one of his frost mats and puts it under big window this time. Drone coming out from Mike, seeing that 800 is still reinforcing. Droning out release, as both defenders are on site. Random putting down his bulletproof camera, as the defenders still all have the attackers, excuse me, still have all their utility. He sees that they're reinforcing. Release could go for this wall bang, but he's not going to. He messed up here. He tried to cluster charge it, but didn't realize that they were reinforcing. Unfortunate. As it seems like he's going to go for a hard breach here, right on the 800, right on 800's corners. 800 pulls off, back behind Bart, and this wall is now opened. As where is Mike going? Mike's still with release. Interesting what they're going to do here. As release drops down, he's gonna go for the repel, seeing that this is unreinforced. He's gonna try and get any utility he can here. Interesting to see if he can. I love that starburst pattern that the cluster charge does. Doesn't get much utility, if any. Mike could blow that wall open if he wanted. Release now back on Cool Vibe stairs. Where is this Mike at? The elusive Mike. Chilling in 90 Hall, waiting for the flank from Luggage, but it isn't happening. With 50 seconds left in the round, everybody at full HP, as 800 does something, quite frankly, stupid, and pushes Release, and Release gets the easy pick. They have almost full site control now, but it'd be interesting to see if they fall for this frost trap here. Random picking up Mike. The defuse is down with only so much time left. Be interesting if Release gets frost matted here. Nope, he takes out that one, the only one on the other side, and Release picks up Random, causing this to go to a 4-3 game. A beautiful clutch here from Release, as he, well, Random could have wall banged him there, because that is wall bangable, but he didn't. Interesting. As we go into round 8 here, 4-3 game in favor of the defenders. Be interesting to see if they can continue to hold their defense, which they haven't so far. Fused pick coming out from Release. They're going Hookah Billiards again. And a Ying pick coming out from Mike. A Capcan from 800 and a Frost from Random. They're going same ops, except for Mike, but this is interesting. Now they're probably going to 6-pick here from the Capcan. As Release confirms pick. Random confirms pick, and Azure goes from a Capcan to a Jaeger, and Mike switches from a Ying to an Ash. Interesting. Jaeger here can, if properly placed, will not deny the fuse, because that is not what you want to do as a Jaeger, but deny the Ash. But the Ash can burn these ADSs with her flashes, but Mike messed up. He didn't bring flashes. He brought Breaching Charge. So it'll be interesting to see here. 800 prepping the window here is Random. Goes to barricades and barbed wire going down from the Jaeger, as Random ripped down the barricade he just made and goes to frost mat off Aqua. Interesting frost mat placement there, as 800 goes to place his okay, for a second I thought he placed it on the unreinforced wall, but he didn't, so that's good. Okay, Random putting down his second frost mat and putting his third behind here, adapting a strategy to what the attackers did last round. With 800 still have to put down 2 of his ADSs, and Random still having to put down his bulletproof camera. As 2 ADSs go down into Hookah. As Random goes to reinforce this wall, almost all of their walls unreinforced except for Aqua here, as they're all reinforcing. If the defenders read this right, or the attackers read this right, they could be screwed. Be interesting if Release is going to pick up 800 here from a possible cluster charge. But it does not seem as 800 somewhat pulls off and going for the reinforce. Quite a lot of utility taken out here by the cluster charge, and Mike blasting in 800 still in the back as another cluster charge comes out. That'll get what? 2 out of 2 frostmats that are in there? As Mike picks up 800 while taking about half damage himself with just Random left, as they seem to be ready to go for plant. As Random is shut in other site. Release putting the plant down as Random is clueless, stuck in the other site and unsure what to do. As Release puts the diffuser down, shoots the frostmat, and runs out. Mike watching defuse. It's going to be interesting. Where's Random going? He's going for the flank into 90. As Release waits to cluster charge again. This prone Mike, oh, he missed his opportunity. Could have gotten Random there, but he doesn't. Random pushes in. He takes quite a lot of damage, and he is, quite frankly, screwed here. As Release picks him up with a cluster charge kill, getting him back for that breach charge kill on him. So it'll be interesting to see here how these guys change their strategy. Random tried to run, but couldn't make it. Nice try from him. The score is now tied up 4-4. Mike and Release making one heck of a comeback, as 800 and Random are struggling to get their stuff together. As Mike goes with an IQ pick and Release going with a fuse, Random with a castle, and 800 with a cap can. Be interesting to see how 6 picks. Seems like fuse or Release is going to be consistently picking fuse. Be interesting to see here. As 800 6 picks from the cap can and going over to a Rook. Interesting pick, and Release confirms. Random confirms. Mike is yet to confirm or 6 pick. Be interesting to see what he does here, as he does confirm, and nobody 6 picks except for 800 going over to the Rook. I guess he can tell that they need just a little bit more, being able to take a little bit more punishment as we go for a penthouse hold here. Rook armor going down quite early in the round. Smart. Be interesting to see if they destroy it after. They do. Rook armor destroyed. Now, in a 2v2, that may not have been the smartest thing to do, only because that if one of them got down, then resin, they could get armor again. But I understand. They're not going to barricade off bathroom. Castle barricade going down. As they're reinforcing theater and reinforcing VIP wall. As Release finds the bomb. Not sure if he spotted the Rook, but I'm sure he'll spot the castle here in a second. As 800, is he going to wander? It makes me wonder if he's doing a lot. Oh, he is. Is he going to go for the hookah spawn peak? He is. He's going for the hookah spawn peak, the one Mike tried early in this round. But unknown to him, a nobody spawn pool. He cannot get anybody with this peak, meaning he is off-site and not able to help Random at all, who has put down very little of his utility. Only 1 castle barricade and 1 of his proximity alarms, as he puts down another castle barricade. Oh, letting 800 in. Burning time as Release goes for the early cluster charge here. Not sure if he's going to get any utility with that. Did that cluster charge you all the way in bathroom? Oh my goodness. As the defenders break the window, Mike going up top with Release as he's going for the hatch breach. Random is still yet to put down 1 of his castle barricades. Now, if he put it here on bathroom, that would have denied this IQ. As both attackers are droning, Mike seems somewhat of an opportunity to drop and catch these defenders off guard. Now, if Fuse really wanted to, he'd go blow up a VIP wall with that cluster chart, or with that hard breach gadget of his. As they see 800 using, is that a bullet hole or melee hole? It looks like he's using melee holes. Mike sees him. Mike's probably going to drop down and pre-fire. Be interesting to see what Mike does here. As Mike sees him, confirms he's still there. 800 takes out the drone, but Release has both of his drones in sight. Mike goes, wall bangs the heck out of 800, doing about 20, 30 damage there, getting him a couple times through the wall. As Mike is just spraying with that G, the proximity alarm goes off, giving away his location as he's ready in default plant. As 800 pushes and picks up, Mike defuses down inside with 800 at a little under half health. As Release drops and gets picked up by Random. One heck of a round for the defenders. The first one they've won on the defense, making this a 5-4 game. Be interesting to see how the rest of this game goes. As it's now round 10, 5-4. Now, if the defenders win the next 2 rounds, they'll win. But the attackers have to win the next 3 to win, without the defenders winning. So, Mike going for the IQ pick again, Release going for the Fuse pick again. No picks coming out from the defense, a Castle coming out from Random, and a Dock from 800. Be interesting to see if any of these 6 pick, possibly the IQ from Mike. As Release confirms pick the Fuse, 800 6 picking from the Dock going to a Smoke, and Mike confirms pick. No 6 picking coming out this round, and Castle is confirmed picking. That's Random. They're going for a kitchen service entrance hold. It makes sense where they're going Castle and Smoke. Now, if they had one more member, I would say maybe, and I mean maybe, go a Jaeger.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Excuse me, quick water break as we go for a pretty standard setup here as Random barricades it off and is spotted by Release's drone. Somewhat of a pretty standard deployable shield here by 800 as Mike spots them both, but his drone is taken down. That is 2 drones taken out, only 2 left, 1 for each attacker as Random barricades off kitchen window. 800 going ahead and reinforcing service entrance. Be interesting to see if they reinforce hallway. With Random going and making a rotate with Castle's secondary shotgun, with one Castle barricade yet to go down to both of his proximity alarms down.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
As action phase has started here, 800 is just chilling in the corner, but this wall is catastrophically open. That would allow the attackers to push straight in there with the IQ's breaching charges. But Random going and castling that off. Seems like he's going to go for late reinforces. Mike drones out sight. Sees the deployable shield. Sees that no one is on it and sees this as his prime opportunity to go ahead and breach charge that. Breaking the window upstairs. Be interesting considering this team does not have claymores. As 800 goes and barricades off bathroom. As Random is still reinforcing. Seems like Fuse is good, at least as the Fuse is going to go upstairs and Fuse from below. Mike still droning here. As Random tries to deny the Fuse breaching from above. Doesn't do any damage. As Mike blows in, taking out both a Castle barricade and a proximity alarm on that wall, or on that door, excuse me. As 800 is not playing the deployable shield, but that is counterable if Mike repels upside down right here. He can get an angle onto his head. Mike dropping the defuse, interesting spot. As he goes for a bathroom push, his Release is now down to first floor, only using one of his charges upstairs as he seems to be going to counter this Smoke. Now let's see if he knows this deployable shield counter. It does not. It seems like they're going to go actually for a last minute 22nd left push into kitchen here. My earbud falling out of my ear. With a breach charge going off here, not doing any damage as Mike blows into bathroom. A beautiful pinch there from Mike and Release as they take out the Smoke. As it seems that they're in a perfect position to go for plant here. They wanted Random down to almost half HP by Release as they seem to be pushing for the kill and not for the plant. As I say that, Release is going for the plant behind the defuser here as it would seem like as Mike is covering. Sorry for the lag, ladies and gentlemen, as Mike picks up Random somewhat easily. Mike picks him up as the plant is going down. Sorry for the lag. Seemed like that happened for everybody there. as we go into a 5-5 game, tied up once again. As Release goes for the trusty fuse pick again. Mike going for the Zofia, going for a Penthouse Theater hold for the defenders that they've yet to pick. Contested, that's interesting. As Random goes mute and 800 goes Duff. Interesting to see if we have any 6 picks coming from the defense here, depending on what site they go, considering this contested between 2 sites, meaning they cannot agree. As Release confirms, Mike 6 picking from a Zofia and 800 6 picking from a Doc. Mike from the 6 pick from the Zofia going to the IQ and confirming, as Random confirms the mute. And Doc is 6 picking to a cap can. Interesting. As be interesting to see what site we do go here.
Attackers need to locate
As they do go hookah, as it was contested. As seems like we're having some sort of lag issue here. Oh, seems to have. Oh, or not. Okay. As we have some cap can traps and mute jammers going down. Drones have yet to reach site. As 800 opens up the rotate. Excuse me. As we have more jammers. More jammers, more EDDs going down. 3 down with only... Oh, last mute jammer is down. Bomb has been spotted. Last Capcan shot going down. He still puts it on this window. That blows my mind. I don't know why, but he picked up a mute jammer, which had been jamming Mike's drone, and decided to put it somewhere else, somewhat of a smarter location, as that rotate isn't the best, but Random fixing that up. As had he been going for the spawn peak, he could pick up Release quite easily right now. It's a very bad spot to be on cams, as Mike pushes onto balcony and has his electronic scanner out, taking out both an EDD and a mute jammer, as he takes out another EDD, allowing him freely to get his drones inside. As Release repels up, going for the default, or not, decides not to go for a fuse charge this time. As Mike drones in, spots 800 as a cap can behind the bar, but he rotates out, leaving that site completely uncontested. Oh, as he does a melee hole. Cheeky little bastard. As Random is prone behind billiards, just waiting. Wait, is Aqua not reinforced? Aqua is not reinforced. Interesting. As Release picks up defuse. Release runs in. They're in. They're going for a plant. It seems like plant going down. 800 spraying. Not sure where this is coming from. Plant is half down, and they're both another site. Random pushing up. Plant is down. Release sees it. Nitro Cell from Random gets Release. It's now a 1v2, two full HP, a cap can and a mute, excuse me, going against this IQ. What is Mike doing? Oh, running out as defuse is going down. Or plant. Mike solo HP he's gonna get it. They get the counter defuse, and it is now 6-5. Mike could have easily have won that, but the mute was covering the Capcan as he was defusing. Amazing play by those two here. Mike almost had him. Maybe a second sooner he would have gotten him. Amazing play here from the defenders, getting up 6-5 match point, meaning if the defenders win this, it is over, but if the attackers win it, then we go into overtime. As we have Mike going IQ again, seems to very like the IQ pick this game. Release going his trusty fuse, as we're going Penthouse Theater. 800 going Rook once more. Random going Jaeger. A very unorthodox pick for Random there. This will be interesting to see if either of those 6 pick. As both Mike and Release confirm pick, meaning they will not have any 6 picks from them this game. Random, there it is. The 6 picks from the Jaeger to the Castle, as 800 confirms the Rook. Now, what I would have done, I would have kept the Jaeger, but 6 picked the Rook for the Castle, because you don't really need a Rook per se. You need both. You need both a Jaeger and a Castle. So, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But there isn't a ton of projectiles here except for the fuse to be captured. So, I can see why it's not worth it to bring the Jaeger specifically. Let's see if they destroy the armor again. I'm pretty sure they will. No, they haven't. They're going to leave it there. Be interesting to see if the attackers take advantage of that. That's a 800 with his rotate holes, I swear. He never gets them thrown right, so they get the bottom and able to still run through. Release getting his drone into sight and sighting both, if not both of the defenders and both of the bombs as Mike holds his drone downstairs. Random barricading off the drop, knowing that they came from their last time, or reinforcing it off, knowing he came from their last time, effectively trapping them in there. As Random has yet to put down, there it goes, any of his castle barricades, with both of his proximity alarms and one impact left in the defender's hands. Last little castle barricade going out with 2 proximity alarms left, throwing out 1 and throwing out 2. Going for both the default plants and B site, as they have a feeling they're going to push B site. As Release going for the fuse. Interesting to see what happens here. Takes out a proximity alarm, not much else really. Oh, does take out the armor plate as Mike comes here to breach. You should see how 800 behind bed, who is on cam. Oh, he's not on cams. Goes to counter this. With that castle barricade open, 800. Let's see how he counters this. As bathroom hatch is now open. Drones going in. They see 800 behind the bed. Castle knows where he is, or Fuse knows where he is, and pre-fires him a little bit, gets him down to probably about 60, 70 health there. 60 health probably. Throws an impact, misses, does not do any damage onto Release there, just outside of its radius, as Mike is in bathroom and ready to push into default plant, as Random is somewhat sort of watching from other site. As 800 takes out another drone, I'm pretty sure that's the last of their drones. Mike picking off Random quite easily from other site, expecting the push. It's now just up to 800, who is a little on 60 HP. He takes out the Mike. It's just on Release from the window. This is a perfectly winnable situation for either teams. But now if 800, is he lagging or is that me? Might be him. As with Release drops 800 right there. It's a straight out gunfight, and Release picks up the kill on 800, taking this to overtime. A 6-6. Now, I guarantee it, had 800 landed one more shot, the defenders would have won that. Amazing clutch there from Release. As we switch sides once more. Now with 800 and Random on attack, where they did their best. That's where they performed the best. And Release and Mike on defense, where they performed all right, but not amazing. As we go for a Penthouse Theater hold, Mike going Caden, Release going Bandit, going double hard breach. Oh, nope. Release switched to the smoke, 800 going Zofia, and Random going Lion. Beach. With, yes, 800 switching from a Zofia to a... Oh, Release switching from a smoke to a bandit, and 800 switching for a Zofia to a Morrow. Seems like they're going to be trying to go for a rush plant once more. Be interesting to see how this plays out, considering they are Penthouse. But with double hard breach denied, they're doing their best to deny any hard breach anywhere. Now, what Mike could have done last time we were defending here is the exothermic charge. I was on the soft wall. He could have just shot it. Could have been that easy. Just could have sprayed and got it. That would have been open. That would have put a lot less pressure on him. But seems like Release is going for the VIP wall reinforcement, and Mike is going for the 90 Hall Theater walls. 800 finding the site, seeing that they have at least one electric, spots the bandit, and he does not go to other site. He does. He sees the cave and realizes that they have double hard breach deniability. Both drones escape unscathed, as it seems like they're not going to reinforce bathroom this time and just get all site walls to confirm that they cannot let the attackers in sight. Interesting to see here how this possible rush plant might work. As only one of these is able to be electrified because of the use of the electric claws here, and 3 of the bandit batteries over here. Mike barricading off bathroom as Release is taking one off. No, he's not. He's just moving it. Interesting. As it seems like they've given 800 the diffuser. Interesting to see what they push from. Oh, it's been dropped. As they are both on the roof, both Random and 800. With almost all of the utility still in the defender's hands. 2 nitro cells. 1 drone is down. Random's drone is down, but that's it. There's still 3 drones left in play. Oh, but there's only 2 drones left in play. One of each defender is down now. 800, interesting to see what you do here, buddy. He's repelling all the way down. Is he gonna go? He is. He's gonna go for the rush. Going for the lion, perfectly times it, goes in, release, waiting for him. As neither has done damage yet. Mike picks him up from the side. Beautiful play there from Mike. Now it's just Random who's left. Oh, but Release blows himself up. That is humiliating. As it's just left to Random and Mike. Fighting it out, a lion versus a Cade. As Random, is he gonna go for the plant? Oh, he goes! He gets the wall bang! Amazing shot from Random on the Mike. It is now 7-6 match points. Now, the thing about this is that since we're using Pro League settings, is that if the attackers win this one now, with Mike and Release on attack, the game is tied here and the game ends. But if 800 and Random win, they take the victory 8-6. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. With Random and 800 back on defense, this is definitely in the attacker's favor. With Mike picking the IQ, pretty standard pick from him so far, and Release picking the Fuse, going for a Penthouse Theater hold. They go Smoke and Rook. Be interesting to see if the defenders are going to counter this Fuse. With both the attackers confirming picking, no 6 picks from now. 800 confirmed picks the Rook, and Random goes for the 6 pick onto the Castle. The same setup that we've seen here being fought when 800 and Random are on defense. It's constantly the Castle and the Rook against the Fuse and the IQ. Be interesting to see if that changes at all here. As the armor goes down, let's see if they destroy it. This time I let the Fuse destroy it. Armor is broken, 2 out of 3, you know what they say. As Random goes to reinforce bathroom, 800 going for the VIP walls. As all these reinforcements are going down, drones are now getting up to 2nd floor, and they see that they are indeed penthouse. Release spotting the Castle and bombs being spotted. The Rook being spotted, they know that these are their picks. 2 of Random's Castle barricades going down. Rotate being made, but yet another poorly made one on from 800. It'll be yep, he goes to reinforce luggage wall. I was gonna say if they didn't, that'd be a problem. But another Castle barricade going down. Be interesting to see if anybody rushes here, but I assume they'll take their time and do this methodically. As the last time this site was played, the attackers did win, and the attackers have won more of their attacks than the defenders have won their defense. So it'll be interesting to see here. Looks as Release is going to go for his standard cluster charge. Not going to get much of anything except for... Oh! 800 is half HP from that cluster charge, but he takes out a drone, meaning that they now have a liability of half HP, with the attackers now in the HP advantage. With the proximity alarm taken off, Mike seems... Oh, that's another drone down. That seems to be 2 drones down, possibly 3, as Mike goes for the breach. Breach. 800 is a perfect spot to counter this upside down peek from Mike as 800 runs back into other site. Now, if... Where is 800 going? He moved. Oh, he went and tried to get the 800 from below, but he couldn't do that because 800 moved. So it seems like as if they're going to drone, they see that site is clear and that they very well could go for plan if they wanted, but 800 is at a perfect angle to stop anybody from rappelling into this window. With a minute 30 left, it'll be interesting to see in which favor that this goes. This is definitely a winnable situation for either team, considering 800 is half HP, but that MP5 is a beautiful piece of machinery. Mike picks him off with that beautiful headshot. It's now a 1v2, 1 full health, 1 full HP Castle versus a full HP Fuse and an IQ. Now, let's talk loadouts here for a second. The AK-12 is one of the best in the game, with Release taking a little bit of damage there, and he goes for the plant. Mike covering him as Random arguably has the worst SMG in the game. And Mike takes a little bit of damage there, almost 50 as plant is down. Oh, he shotguns him. That's Random. That's Release down. And Random is about 30 HP. Oh, he gets the Mike. That's a win for the defenders. What a beautiful match. A beautiful play there from Random as he gets the IQ who is rappelling upside down. Beautiful play there. Amazing play there from the defenders. Amazing play. You couldn't ask for a better play from the defenders there to close out the match. 800 going 6-9, and random going 11-7. Amazing play from these teams.